Okay guys, I thought that I would start this video giving you an updated look at what's been going on with the camper. So as you can tell, a lot has happened. I finally got the first 2 coats of paint. Now it's just tight ending and finessing and making all the lines clean. So this is what the dinette is looking, the dinette. This is what the kitchen is looking like. And remember that problem with underneath the bed? Well, if I can lift this one-handedly, I have now fixed that problem. So, but it left a huge space in the side. So I'm thinking about possibly making that into like some sort of storage. So stay tuned for that. I'm still going to figure that out. Nothing else here has changed. It's still pretty much a mess. And here's the bathroom. There is Benji, and in the distance, you can see the cabinets over there. Guys, I had a pretty productive day today on TikTok. I've been more active there, but honestly, I'm kind of like confused. It's like, I don't know if I want to. For me, I am very much a person who likes to keep things like organized and separate in a way. And for me, I like how on TikTok I can give you minute to minute, up to date, what's going on with the camper renovation. And I like for my YouTube channel to be where I get to talk to you guys more in depth. You guys can get a better understanding of me, how I feel, what I'm thinking, what's going on in my mind, and sort of like the essence of me, if that makes any sense. So that basically is what's inspiring this video. I went on live on TikTok and I was asking for suggestions on what my next video should be. And somebody asked, just speak about your thoughts about how you feel about the camper. And I thought that was like a perfect idea. So here I am talking about how I feel now that I own this camper. To be quite honest, I still have days where I'm like, did I really do this? Like, did I really just like buy a camper? Like, I really just did this. And like, it's crazy because a lot of the times I rewatch at the end of the night, I rewatch my TikToks and I know that it's me in the videos, but I'm like, this is so far from the girl that I was just like a month ago. Like I would have never have envisioned myself doing and taking such a risk in life and going after like this dream. Honestly, it has been the most grounding and honestly thought-provoking. Like I have learned so much about myself and how I want my life to look and how I feel about myself throughout this whole process. And honestly, getting this camper has really, really taught me to fight for my self-worth. My main motivation for this camper was I wanted a space where I felt like I could never get kicked out of. Going from house to house, and not having a solid place that's yours to live in. It's a really hard thing. You almost feel like you can never fully get comfortable. And I feel like most of my life I spent not feeling being able to be comfortable in a space because it wasn't my space. And now that I have this camper, I'm like, is this like really mine? Like, do I deserve this? Like, I don't know. I spent so many years homeless. I spent so many years feeling like I was a burden, like I was a nuisance, and I wasn't understood and nobody really liked me and they just tolerated me. A lot of the times, people in my life, I would call them because I felt alone, and the first thing they would say is, what you going through now? What you got going on now? And it almost was like they were tired of hearing about like what I was going through in my experience. So I felt really alone and isolated in this situation, and I felt like I couldn't really turn to anybody. And throughout this whole process, I just think about the nights that I spent in the front of my truck and cold and no blanket, and just not knowing where I was going to go and what I was going to do, and feeling like I was such a burden on people. And now I'm in this space and it almost doesn't feel real. I'm going to be quite honest with you. I spent a lot of my life feeling like I was going through stuff because I was being punished for being trans. You know, I grew up in a very religious home where my mother, basically said that, I'm a spawn of Satan, and, I'm possessed by a demon and I'm going to burn in hell for all eternity, because of who I am. And from a very young age, I felt like when bad stuff would happen to me, it was sort of like the price I paid for being me. And I never felt like I was worth more than just bad situations. And I had to realize through all this, like, I felt like I was fighting for my life, and I felt so alone in this fight. I had to really learn that, like, I'm worthy and I'm worth more than just putting up with bad behavior and bad situations, because I feel like it's the punishment I'm getting for existing. Like, nobody in this world has to apologize for existing in this world. We all have a right to live and thrive. And I'm realizing that now. And I honestly, I know it sounds crazy, but like, getting to paint the camper, getting to pick the colors, is almost like the little girl in me who never got, her room, who never got her space where she can dance and be free. I'm now giving myself I'm giving myself the okay to feel safe, to feel secure, to feel like nobody can take this away from me. This is mine. Like, this is mine. And it still doesn't even feel like it. It feels like, I don't know. It's like a mixed bag of emotions. Some days I'm at awe and I'm like, I can't believe I did this. And then other days I'm like, I cannot wait to get on the road. I cannot wait to travel. I cannot wait to meet all my lovely members of the House of Realness. And honestly, guys, your support has been the thing that keeps me motivated and going. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Am I nervous? I'm totally nervous. I am a trans woman of color who is about to embark on this journey. I sort of feel like Julia Roberts in Eat, Pray, Love, where, I've been through bad situation after bad situation, bad relationship after bad relationship, and now I'm traveling, the United States, trying to find myself. It almost sounds like a freaking movie. Like, Michelle, a young girl from Brownsville, Brooklyn, goes and embarks on a worldwide tour to find and discover herself. Follow her in the journey of, it feels like a freaking saga, honestly. It honestly feels like a saga. It feels like, what am I doing? Like, I'm gonna look back at this later on in life and be like, I don't know. Honestly, I won't say that I'm brave, but I feel like years from now, when I watch this, I'm gonna be like, wow, like, I was so brave back then. I don't feel brave now. I'm not gonna even lie to you. I don't feel brave now, but I feel like I can't wait for the moment when I look back at this and see this and say, wow, like, girl, you did that. Like, you did that. And I think that's the moment that I'm waiting for, is that excitement, like, you did that. I've been so focused on just like trying to get the camper renovated, try to get the camper renovated. And that's honestly been a distraction for me, because I'm sort of distracting myself, because people are asking me, they're like, where do you plan on going? Where are you planning on doing? What's your first stop? And I'm like, I don't know. I honestly feel like just a leaf blowing in the wind, and nothing really has ever felt like, okay, I'm from New York. I'm from Brownsville, Brooklyn. But I know that that's my home base, but nothing ever felt like home. I'm not sort of attached to some sort of area. I think that I just want to explore everything that life has to offer, because I felt for so many years like I was trapped in seclusion, because I was afraid of the world hurting me and harming me. And that was all I knew, you know. And now I've been receiving so much love and support. I feel like there is no door closed to me now. I feel like this camper has given me the freedom to dream of a life that I would have never ever dreamt of. I would have never thought that this was feasible. I reached 100,000 members of the House of Realness on TikTok. And I was sharing with you guys that the TikTok lives mean so much to me, because it feels so magical. It honestly feels so magical to me. It feels like it's like a special moment. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know what's my next step. I don't know what life has to bring me. But what I do know is that for the first time in my life, I am behind the steering wheel, and it's going to go however I want it to go. And I don't have to explain myself to anybody, period. And I think that in itself overweighs all the like scare that I feel. Like, I'm like, but what's going to happen at night? And what's going to happen with this? And what's going to happen with that? And what if I get attacked? Or what if, but honestly, all of that seems to sort of like diminish in the background, and it holds no validity in my life, because the excitement of being free and having control of my own destiny overweighs and oversees all of that. Wow. That's how really God, my earring fell right on the floor. And on that note, I'm going to take off this earring, because the sun is about to go down. It's been a long day, and I am going to cut this video short. I love you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. If you have not followed me on TikTok, please follow me on TikTok. I want you guys to experience the magic that is one of our live sessions. Like, honestly, they be lasting like 5 hours and some change. Like, your girl be talking, but we be having a fun. We be having fun. We be cutting up. We be like chilling, and it's all good vibes here. It's all good vibes. So I love you guys for watching. Bye.